up, Through the Waves? We are back with an all-new podcast. And for those of you who don't know us, you can follow us on Instagram at Through the Waves Florida, or check us out on our website at throughthewaves.com. Or you can also check us out on Facebook at Through the Waves. And today we have a very special guest all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. This is Katie Fox, everyone.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited for this podcast because I have known Katie basically my entire life.
This is accurate, yeah.
I thought you said this is sad.
That too.
Katie entered into my life when I was probably in about what grade was I in? I don't know when you and Karen.
You would have been in 6th grade.
I was 6th. I thought it was 5th grade.
7th grade.
Great.
Sorry, I have bad math skills right now. But yeah, it would have been 7th grade.
And Katie has literally just been in our lives like a sister, basically.
I know, I'm pretty sure at one point your mom claimed me on her taxes, but I don't have proof of that. I don't have proof, so I'm not
I don't think that's a real thing. But maybe she tried to. But Katie's actually here for Thanksgiving weekend, or week, because Thanksgiving is on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a little icebreaker like we always do with everyone. So the first thing I'm going to do with Katie, I'm kind of winging it this time. I want you to see if you can think of an embarrassing story off the top of your head about me and Karen that you remember.
Does it have to be you and Karen, or can it be just like you?
I guess it can be just about me.
Okay, for real, if I ever get access to this iPhone again, like, your life is over. But I wouldn't do that to you, but it would go viral, so I probably would. But no, we were on our way back from American Idol. I think this was Atlanta. We did American Idol Atlanta, and it was so lit. It was the best time of my life. And we're on the way home, everyone was like, let's stop at Bojangles. They have the best chicken. And I don't even like chicken. Well, I do now, but I didn't before. I've evolved. I guess chicken's better than some things that I used to eat. But anyway, so we had to take that part out. But yeah, no. So we stopped at Bojangles, and like not even like a half an hour on our way back, Sarah starts like crying in the back seat, like, I have to go to the bathroom. Like, we literally just stopped and we all want to go home. We all hated each other. We were miserable. Like, we just got done with this trip. We're like ready to leave. And Sarah, like, it goes from like, I have to go to the bathroom to like crying. Like, I'm gonna myself. Like, and it was just so dramatic. And I had it all on video, and she was getting so mad that I was recording it. And like, did you yourself?
No.
Okay, I couldn't remember, but I do have the video
poop.
though.
I don't poop.
Okay, Fergie. But anyway, yeah. So I would say that was probably pretty embarrassing. Girl, actually, one time I was at your house, and you got in trouble with, I think her name was Erica, because you guys went to the movie theaters, but you guys were sneaking out to go meet with guys. And I remember your mom whooped that. She didn't whoop you, but she
was
smacked
never
you across
afraid
the face.
to. Yeah.
It was so funny.
Shout out to my mom for disciplining me when I was making.
She wasn't abusive or anything. I swear.
she was disciplining me. I was making bad choices.
It's all right. She hit me too one time, but I don't remember why.
Oh my God. All right.
She's a really great woman. I just tell you, if you get into church, you know, Connie's gonna be there. Don't trust your mom.
All right, Katie. Well, thank you for the embarrassing stories. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. On the spot, what's your favorite song? Sing the chorus.
My humps, my humps, my humps, my humps. My lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
I drive these
brothers crazy. I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely.
They buy me all these
ices.
I think it's nice things.
Oh, I just am fat and wanted an icy. I'm so terrible. I don't know why I just picked that song. It's not.
I think we're gonna have to like cut a little bit of this part out because we're laughing so much. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling
22.
Katie loves Taylor Swift.
Everything will be all right. That was the best CD ever.
Yeah.
Red was great.
I always feel like I'm 22, even though I'm not. But.
That lines it. Victoria thinks I'm 23, my 10-year-old niece.
Oh, she's 10? Yeah. Oh,
well,
my goodness.
December 10th, she will be.
Wow.
But who's counting?
Okay, so next question, Katie. Can you say Sally sells seashells by the seashore really fast.
Can you say it fast?
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally sells seashells down by the seashore.
Whoa, you added
that
a
it?
down in there.
Isn't there a down?
I don't think the down
Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
She's better.
Is it?
Yeah, you did that better than me. Okay.
Can you spell onomatopoeia?
Onomatopoeia.
No, can you spell it? Obviously, I just said it.
O-T-T-A.
You already finished
Mata.
Onomata. All right, I can't.
I flunked out of the spelling bee in 3rd grade. I couldn't spell the word village.
To be honest, that wasn't a Hey Arnold episode.
Oh, okay.
So,
Could you can spell it?
No.
Spell it for the viewers.
I can't even spell respect without singing the song.
Go for
Or
it.
independent.
Go for it.
Which one?
Respect.
RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Just can't do it.
Karen remembers me with my karaoke machine. I don't know if you remember coming over with
We all remember Alicia Keys' song. It's the song you sing every time.
I also did Respect though. By Aretha. You don't remember?
Okay.
Yeah. That was one of
No.
my go-to songs.
I'm interested, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, it's probably wasn't memorable back
Can we
then.
get a little snip of that?
No.
You made me sing? Oh my God.
You sang it up. That's the whole song.
Where's the cameras? Where's Ashton?
That's the whole
Or,
song.
I mean, wait, is that his name? Ashton? Yeah, okay. Sorry,
right.
I was thinking of Ashton from school.
All right, though. All seriousness aside, or joking aside.
We're not allowed to joke.
No, we are allowed to joke, but we're gonna dive.
Okay, sorry.
We're gonna dive into the serious part of the podcast because we could sit here and goof around all day.
It's kind of fun. I like being the center of attention.
All right, Katie, though. I want to talk a little bit about you. Going back to being the center of attention.
I lied. I don't like it anymore.
So, Katie, I want to talk a little bit about you, though, and your life and some of the things that you've gone through. Since I've known you forever, I've seen you do a lot of things on your own and with Karen.
Name some.
I've seen you. Well, I didn't see you, but I heard that you jumped out of a car on.
Why would you tell people that? Oh my.
But that was just all out of being young and having fun, right?
I was actually roofied and had to have my stomach pumped.
You were not.
I swear to God.
I thought you were just like drinking that night.
No, like I had several different drugs in my system that I didn't know about. And I had like 3 times the legal limit. I wasn't even 21 though. I was only 19.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I did not know that you were roofied.
It's okay.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry for
It's
bringing
okay. It wasn't actual like Rufalin, but like there was some kind of like drug around those lines. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you lived through that.
Do you have any of that now?
Because I don't, unfortunately. I am
Could have got lucky.
glad that you lived through that because, you know, that was
You name some other things that I've accomplished. You know?
I didn't say accomplished. I said things I know that you've been through.
Okay.
But you also are married now. To Dale. Shout out to Dale. Dale is like your rock.
He's the best.
He's your dad's Tylenol.
I thought you were gonna be like, he's your daddy. I'm like, yeah, he is. Okay.
He's your dad's Tylenol, his Alka-Seltzer, whatever he said
Everything
at the
to
wedding.
cure his pain. Apparently, that's the son my dad never had.
Oh,
I think he likes him more than me.
he loves Dale.
Yeah, no, he does.
Dale's gonna be in Florida in like what, 5 days?
Yeah.
5?
5, 4.
Not really counting.
I forgot today was Saturday.
But I want to talk about the things that you've gone through recently, being newly married, and like me, we've like struggled with weight loss. I struggled with weight loss in my past.
Right.
And you recently just like started this journey of trying to lose weight and like going through surgery and all of these things. And how was that for you?
Well, a lot of people might not notice, but like I used to be fat. And so
Katie lost 120 pounds, everyone. So,
I
JR,
used to
throw
be
the round
really,
of
really
applause
fat.
in there. And she's worked her butt off. So that alone, I know from my experience of being overweight, like Katie knew me when I was younger, and when I struggle with that, it stinks.
True, she was huge.
It stinks, and it's hard.
For real, fat people do stink. It's a fact.
And, like it takes a lot of like mind power to get through it.
I definitely agree. And like, just to kind of reiterate, I did have surgery, but I don't like to tell people because people that don't understand what it's like to be overweight your entire life. And I literally have been like, I'm clinically obese since I was 3 years old. So I've always struggled with weight. So everyone's like, that doesn't understand that situation. It's like, oh yeah, like surgery is the easy way out. But it's actually harder than anything because it's not holding yourself accountable. If you do something, eat something, drink, anything that you shouldn't be doing at that time, you're sick. Like it feels like there's a whole like 20-pound weight in your stomach, or you vomit, or you've got like bathroom issues. It's awful. So like you have to hold yourself accountable or you're just going to be miserable. And so when I took that journey a couple months ago, I'm like, this is it. Like I need to do this for myself, my family, my future family, hopefully, and just my overall health. It's been very beneficial. So.
How long has it been since you got the surgery?
It's been a little over 4 months, and
That's crazy.
I'm about 100 pounds down from the surgery. But like even prior, I'm like 120 some pounds.
Yeah,
down
that's
now.
crazy. In 4 months, how much weight you've lost and like how hard you've worked. What like really? Because I know that you've struggled and I've struggled. Like what really encouraged you to say, I'm gonna go get the surgery?
Wanting to start a family. So me and my husband went and did fertility testing just to kind of like get things checked. I mean, we've been together for a long time, and so we're like, okay, we're married. Like, where's this baby at? I'm supposed to be like producing. And we found out with our situation, we do have to do IVF. So, it was one of those things where why would I want to spend all this money and put all this effort and time into something if I'm not going to give my all to? And the best thing for me to do was just to have the surgery because I'd been trying to lose weight. I've been on every diet, everything you could think of. So, but yeah, just wanting to better myself and my future and my family. So,
and that's such a hard like choice to make because even that alone, is it IVF or IVF?
Yeah, IVF.
I've never known.
I don't know what it stands for, but
IV.
it's like something fertility.
But that alone is such a long journey because one of my friends just recently went through it and it took them a while to get pregnant, and then so they decided to go down that journey. But it's a lot on your body. It's a lot of like different hormonal changes, and it's a journey. So to make that choice and then like know like, hey, I have to be healthy for this. Like that's such a big step to make.
Right. And I think another big thing too is like, even if, because the doctor said I could start it immediately if I wanted to, but if I wanted the best results and less likely to miscarry, you want to lose the weight. But I'm not trying to be mean, but like my dad was extremely overweight growing up, and like, not that I was like ashamed of him, but like, I don't want to be like the parent that can't keep up with their kids, that can't ride a roller coaster with their kids at, the fairs and Cedar Point and stuff. Like I want to be able to like do everything and take advantage of every opportunity that is there for me and my children, my future kids.
I feel like too that is just very like selfless, like a selfless thing to do. Because I feel like if you were selfish, you would be like, well, I want a kid right now, so I am just going to take matters into my own hands and I'm just going to do it and I'm just going to see if it works and like not really care about this other process first. It's like you're thinking about the whole picture and how like, okay, I really want to get the best results, so I'm going to do this first and then try to focus on this. Because if like you were selfish, you could have just been like, oh, I'll just do this right now and see what happens.
Right. And just after weighing out the pros and cons, like really thinking through like what's going to be the best choice for me and my husband at this point, we're just like, let's invest in me right now. And like, I have plenty of time, my clock's ticking, but I mean, I'm still in my 20s.
My clock is ticking. I'm 30. You're 20 what? 28?
23.
Okay, well, we'll say that. But yeah, no, you got plenty of time. Like I feel like people are having kids at like, I saw this article a couple months ago. This lady was 55.
Yeah, but then I just read Jennifer Aniston's thing, and she was like, if you're not going to have kids by your 30s, like freeze your eggs.
Yeah.
And she really regretted that because she couldn't get pregnant. So it was
Yeah.
like, but like I said, that's why we're just taking our time. We plan on starting in July. Things could change, we'll just kind of see. But the biggest thing is to continue with my weight loss and, just really focus on that.
Well, I just want to say that I'm really proud of you because I know how hard it is, and I'm being serious because we joke around a lot.
No, I don't think, again, that there's any easy way out when it comes to weight loss.
No, not at all.
But what you did took a lot of effort, time, planning. I mean, the workouts, the eating. I mean, you changed everything like overnight. I remember like you broke your ankle and you were like on a freaking gross pull-out couch for like a second. Like, I'm pretty sure we had to like sponge bathe you because you couldn't even get up to the shower. And like, you were so miserable. Like, you don't even look like the same person you did. And I always thought you were beautiful, but like, I think that like when you go through traumatic things like that, you just kind of lose yourself and let yourself go. And like, girl, you was gone. And now you look amazing and you're married. And like, I mean, I just think it's great.
Thanks, Katie. Thanks.
For real, I'm proud of you. I brag about you all the time. I'm like, no, seriously, I'm like, this girl, like, I'm really good friends with, like, it's my best friend's sister. Like, she did it on her own. Like, she was determined. It's just like someone that's like a smoker and has been doing it for like 20 years and then they just quit smoking. Like, that's amazing. Yeah. And you literally were overweight for a little bit and you just said, I don't want this anymore. As soon as that cast came off, I swear to God, I think you were at the gym. Not at the gym. You were on the treadmill in your living room. But
yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what came over me and what really encouraged me to lose the weight. But I just remember I was like, I'm doing this, and I did it, and it was tough. Like it's a tough journey to go down. But I think once you start seeing like the progress and you start seeing the changes, it like makes you even like more hungry for it.
Like you're determined. And I definitely seen that in you, and I want to see that in myself and continue. But I think it's an eye-opener too. Like, and this is just so weird, but don't you feel like you not only feel better, but like, don't you feel like you get treated differently by society when you lose weight?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like,
100%.
just like, for example, like just in the last like week, I've had guys like holding the door for me, people complimenting me. I'm like, nobody ever approached me unless it was like a homeless person asking for change. Like nobody held the door for me. I kid you not. Like it was, I'm telling you, I truly think that I get treated better because I'm not as overweight as I was. Like it's weird, like society, like.
And it could be mental though too. It could be mental, like our mentality. I mean, it could be a thing. It could be a thing.
Girl, my ego is like, whoo, like I look better than you. What's up? Like, no, like can't help it. Like I've always had that. Like
it could definitely be true too. Like I feel like I noticed that too. But I feel like one thing I've noticed throughout life, because obviously like we all get old and we're all gonna change and we're all gonna look different.
Speak for yourself.
It's not about like what's on the outside though. Like you, no matter how much weight you lose, like you will always be Katie Fox. Like you will always have that outgoing personality. Like you will always be you. And I think that's just one thing that people need to realize. Like if you don't love yourself like how you are now, who you are now, you will never love yourself 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 20 pounds later. And like you just have to embrace yourself as who you are, no matter what situation, no matter what weight you are, because you have a purpose and like you have a reason for being here on this planet.
Well, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much for your kind words. I just like, and not trying to be mean, but like I was sick of being known as like the big girl that's like pretty, or the big girl with the great attitude, or the funny one. Like,
yeah,
I want to be known as the whole shebang. Like, dang, she's hot, funny, and successful. Like, girl, let's be friends. Like,
yeah. Like you don't want people judging you by your weight.
Yeah, I don't want it to be like, oh, she's pretty for the big girl, or she has a great personality on the inside. She's hot on the inside. Like, I don't know, but I do appreciate that. It means a lot, and I think that as I just continue with this, like, life change, that I'm going to continue to learn to love myself more. And like you said, if you don't love yourself like now, you never will. So
exactly. And I just think like it's hard too, but like with this past year, things that I've gone through, like losing certain friendships, just going through certain situations, like people are gonna suck a lot and people are gonna have a lot of opinions and people are gonna just like judge you no matter what. Like, it's just like I feel like we have to get to a point to where it's like, okay, whatever you say or whatever you do is not going to affect me because I know who I am. Well, for me, like with Christ, like I have my identity in Him. I don't know what your relationship is like with God, but like just knowing
I don't do cults.
I mean, we talked about this a little bit. I remember it was so funny when I first moved to Florida. When Katie would come down and visit, she would be like, "What are you doing, Sarah? You going to the congregation again?"
Well, like, seriously, because like I feel like a lot of people just try to like throw their religion down your throat, and I can still love Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, in the privacy of my own home without you trying to sell a Bible to me on a Tuesday. Like, I just can't.
Specifically Tuesday.
I'd rather have the club going up on a Tuesday, not a Bible freaking salesman. Like,
but I think that's good though, because I think there are certain situations where people take religion too far, and it's not about religion. It's like what you said. It's about having your personal relationship with Christ. Like, yeah, fellowship is good to like get in a good community where you're like doing, good things, and certain things are good, but it's not about like what church you go to. I mean, me and JR
or what Bible edition you have today.
Right. We transitioned out of the church that we were at, and it showed us that because we, we're going to different churches trying to find a new one, that our relationship with God isn't confined to a church. It's a relationship that we have individually with Him, and His presence is always there, and you just have to talk to Him and, have that relationship.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. But maybe you could come to church with us sometime.
Yeah, I think I'm going to come back next year sometime.
But
I'll call you.
But yeah, maybe one day. But yeah, you got to come to church with us sometime.
Okay.
Do you feel like there's ever, since we talk about waves on here, do you feel like there were any or there are any waves that you've gone through, like with what you're going through now, where you've kind of like talked to God and relied on God and you've like noticed His presence is there?
Yeah, no, he was ignoring me this time around. I was not nice to talk to. But no, in all seriousness, absolutely. So right when I moved to Cleveland, because I was originally from Canton, that's like an hour away from Cleveland, I had gotten out of like a really like just toxic, violent, like horrible relationship with this guy I was with for 3 years. We like met in high school, and I just needed to get away from him. Like the situation was getting really bad, and I just knew I needed better. So I moved to Cleveland, and I was kind of doing the single life for a little bit, the online dating, like the scary stuff. And I had taken a second job. I was working like as an appointment scheduler for like a home improvement company, but I took a second job at a pizza place, and I was like delivering pizzas. It was so cool. Free pizza. And I remember it was a Friday and I was not supposed to come in that day, but the manager called me and she's like, I need you to take this order. Like there's a couple orders. So I got to the last order and it was on Baldwin Wallace campus. That's like in Berea, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And I like call because the apartment door was locked. I'm like, yes, you're a delivery driver. I'm here with your pizza. Like I was like, not nice at all. I just wanted to like get it done and like leave. I think I was going to hang out with your sister that day. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. So this guy like comes to the door and he like looks at me and he's like all excited to see me. I'm like, ew, like this guy's creepy. I'm like, here's your pizza. And he gave me like a $15 tip on one pizza. And I'm like, wow, that guy really is creepy. So I left and I'm like talking, like I got back to the shop and like turning my stuff in, like cashing out my orders. And I was telling her, I'm like, this guy was like really creepy towards me. Well, my phone vibrates and I look at it and it's a text from the number I called. And it's like, hey, my friend thinks you're perfect. You should text him. I'm like, ew. I'm like, well, what's his name? He goes, Dale. I'm like, like Homer Dale. Like, no, thank you. But I ended up texting him anyway. And then I know my husband hates me, but no, he doesn't really. But I ended up texting him anyway. And we went on a couple dates and then we started dating and we actually moved in together 3 months of dating. But anyway, now we're married. That was 7 years ago, So like, I definitely feel like God like put him in my life for a reason. I, had just recovered from that like crazy relationship. And, I was looking for not just like a significant other, but I needed a best friend. Yeah. Like I only had one other friend in Cleveland. And at the time, and like you need friends, especially when you move to a new area. Like,
Yeah.
it's like really crucial to put yourself out there, but like you can't trust anyone half the time anymore, you know? So yeah, no.
Yeah. You can start to feel lonely too.
Yeah.
If you don't have anyone.
Oh, for sure. And then not to mention 2 weeks ago, I was in like a really crazy car accident. Like the semi hit me, tried to flee the scene. I like took off, ran after him on foot, like got him, like it was insane. And like I lived, and like even though I'm in like pain and stuff now, like I'm alive. Like God obviously was like,
Yeah.
all right, let's get this fat bitch one more day, you know? Just crazy.
Stop.
So crazy.
So wait, how bad was your car after the semi hit you?
I mean, I had to pry the door open like She-Hulk just to get out of it.
No way.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Is your car totaled?
It's not completely total because it's a newer Honda, so it was 6,000 in damages though. So, but I still haven't gotten it back. That was 2 weeks ago.
That's scary. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Me too. It was
Katie
really
jumps
scary.
out of cars, gets hit by semis. She's like a wild child. Falls asleep at the wheel.
Do not Karen. You all that better be cut out.
Wow, God has okay. Like, can we just talk about that? Katie's literally jumped out of a car on the highway, and God had her back. She fell asleep at the wheel, and God had her back. She got hit by a semi, and God had her back. Look at this. God's looking out for you.
But we didn't even acknowledge the fact that I met my husband because I delivered his pizza.
We did acknowledge that.
Not just now. We want to talk about what Katie does in a car.
You brought up the accident.
Listen, I can't even legally drive in the state of Georgia, and like anyone that sees this is gonna be like calling the police on me when they see me on the road. Like, oh God.
It's okay. It's all in good fun though. I mean, but for real though, like God had your back in this. There's probably stuff that you did that I don't even know about. I mean, I'm sure there is 1,000%.
Oh, for sure. We just
like same with me.
For legalities, we probably shouldn't. You know,
yeah, legalities.
Yeah, I think there's like a statute of limitations, and I think it's like 10 years for certain things. I'm like, I still got like 2 more years to go.
But for real though, like all of the joking aside about the things that you've been through, for real, like God really had your back in those situations and continues to have your back. And shout out to Dale again. Like
he really is the best. Like I
Dale
swear.
is the Alka-Seltzer. I can't say
Tylenol.
The Tylenol and something to your dad's headaches.
Yeah, no, literally. He really is just the best. Like if anyone needed anything, like he would jump to go like help them fix something, like whatever the case is. But like he just is great. I'll come home and like the kitchen's clean, laundry's done. He is notorious. I buy him mops all the time for like anniversary gifts because he loves to mop the floors. And I'm like,
wow.
What is more romantic than
somebody
coming home to a husband?
Mop.
Yeah, like you work full time, you cook, you clean, like
yeah.
He's
shout out to Dale again, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him. I miss him.
But funny story is my dad will always hitch a ride from Katie when he flies into Cleveland to get back to Canton because he doesn't have a car. And so my sister had said, you know, like, do you pay Katie? And he's like, well, yeah, I pay Katie, but like, you know, Dale will never take it, so I have to give the money to Katie.
This is accurate. Listen, if you owe my husband money and you hand it to me, it's never going to my husband. He knows it. He's like I make decent money, but Dale's like the breadwinner, but he's also like really good with finances. So he's always got like 10 rainy day funds tucked aside. And I'm like lucky to like pay the bill at this restaurant I just was at, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not that I don't have the money. I just have a spending problem.
Yeah. So then you hit up Dale and Dale's like, here you go, babe.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What's his is mine and what's mine is mine. I'm just kidding. I rub his back.
Well, Katie, it has just been a pleasure having you on this podcast.
Are you cutting me short?
Maybe.
It's all right. I think my mom's calling.
But one of the things that we do before we sign off of here is we write a positive affirmation on a sticky, and then it could be whatever is on your heart or something you want, you know, the viewers to know. So just go ahead and write that positive affirmation, and I'm not going to have you speak it into the mic.
Okay.
Make sure it's viewer appropriate. She's writing, Katie, you have some really nice nails. I like that color.
Thanks. Shout out to Nyla. I forget what her nail thing is called. What her handle is. Shout out to my nail girl Nyla. She's the nail fairy. I'm doing Nicki Minaj.
Apparently, this has something to do with Nicki Minaj.
For real, Nicki Lewinsky.
All right, this is
All
a
right.
long one. Okay, what does your sticky note say?
Don't Nicki Minaj and drive.
Nicki Minaj and drive. What does that mean?
Well, nothing that you were thinking, you pervert. But yeah, no. What's the statute of limitations for illegal things?
Depends. Could be 3 to 5 years.
Okay, well, we might be good then. So back in 2013, or it might have been 14, my friend.
So you're coming up on 10 years.
Yeah, it was 2014 because I got this bad check from this insurance company. So my friend Megan hit me up and she was stuck in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And she was like, please just come save me. Like, I'll give you what I can. Da, da, da. But I just wanted to go on a vacation anyway. I was actually planning to go like hang out with her because like your friend lives in Albuquerque. Like, heck yeah, I want to go on the slopes and everything. So I was driving from Canton to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was only like 8 hours into my car ride, and I had like 6 5-hour energy shots, so I really don't know why I didn't just pop one, but I think I was trying to be like, oh, like I can make it another hour or two, and the Pink Print album just dropped, and so I had paid for it on
by
iTunes.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, by Nicki Minaj, of course. Like, who else would have the Pink Print?
Okay.
So I was listening to the song Grand Pianos, and it's like a really like slow song, and I fell asleep behind the wheel, and I spun out and hit a guardrail and totaled my car, and that's all I should probably say about that. But I did make it to Albuquerque. Listen, again, legalities, like statute of limitations, like again, I don't want to go to jail.
God
but
is looking over Katie Fox.
Literally, praise the Lord.
Yes.
That's what Medea would say. I love Medea. Like, she's like, oh,
amen. Thank you, God.
But yeah,
bringing her here.
So I did end up making it to Albuquerque, super lit. I got tatted there. I actually got to see the setup for Breaking Bad. Super cool. I'm just saying. And I did get to go on the Trans Am up in the slopes. Even cooler. But I did save my friend. I got a rental. Like everything worked out, But that's why I say don't Nicki Minaj and drive. Because if you listen to Grand Pianos with that boring song, you will fall asleep. But I love you, Nicki. You're the Harajuku Barbie.
And that's a wrap. Thank you guys.
Bye. Thanks for having
joining.
me.
Have a great day.
Oh my God.